G'day, guys. Welcome back to the Aussie Gooner channel. And yes, we are top of the league. Arsenal get their 3 points. Arsenal now, trajectory settings, top of the league. Liverpool, can you see me? Pressure's back on. Pressure's pushed away. West Ham, low block. Cool story. Cool story. We come in, we get our 3 points. Hard-fought victory. Hard-fought victory. But you know what? I'll take 3 any which way it can come to me. I don't care. My man, Akpos, how you feeling right now, bro? Top of the league. How you feeling?
Well, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling excited. Good to be back on the channel, and shout out to everybody who's watching right now, wherever you're watching from, maybe from the Aussie Gooner channel or the Football Talk Shop. Big up to you. I hope you've liked, and I also hope that you've subscribed to the channel already. But it's a good feeling to be at the top of the summit right now. Hopefully, it will stay the same after Liverpool's cracker of a game with Chelsea. I'm hoping Chelsea will be able to put up a fight and have a positive result during that encounter. But I think it was a business-like performance from Arsenal. We got the job done. Hopefully, we'll get some positive news with respect to Martin Odegaard's injury. Yeah. But I think it was job done, and I would have loved us to score more goals, though. But I think we hit the nail on the head. 3 points, clean sheets, and 2 goals. I would take that every day of the week.
Oh, man, me too. The Odegaard injury now is kind of up in the air. It kind of makes, a bit of a bad taste in our mouth. But the 3 points, honestly, is the most important thing that we could have possibly done today. I know. We're down a midfielder. I know Declan Rice was also off the field as well. But he walked off. He didn't limp off, right? But we needed the 3. We got our 3. And now it's, we're leading the pack. Can you see me? Settings right now. The performance out there by the team, honestly, against a team that was set up. I mean, West Ham, let's call a spade a spade. West Ham came out here to play their style of football. They had set themselves up in a manner that helped them out defensively. Didn't offer too much going forward, but they were trying to keep a clean sheet and hopefully get a draw. Now, previous seasons, Arsenal, much like against Newcastle, have had a hard time with that and usually drop points. But today, much like against Newcastle, 3 points were up for grabs and 3 points is what we got. Now, I'm going to jump into these. I got a couple of people in the chat. Big up everyone in the chat. Kid and Shitty saying, big up, solid performance. Thank you very much, my guy. AFC always, job done. Performance was average. Move on to the next one. I honestly couldn't agree with you more. Hopefully, Odegaard injury is not too bad from Keaton. Yes.
Hopefully.
We can only hope. Yeah, we can only hope and pray. I mean, shoulder injury 1 minute. Now possible knee. I don't know what you think about this, Akpos, but you saw that clash of legs in that knee. What did you think of that? That didn't look good to me.
Bro, when I saw that, I reckon that for those of us who had played the game, whatever level you played the game, when there is a clash of knee, you know that that's going to hurt. You know that that's going to be, a worry. And for me, I was worried, coupled with the fact that Odegaard's recent injuries history, it's not something very bright. And, the content out on his face when he was coming off tells you that is a player who's feeling down right now. And I hope, the fans, I hope the team, I hope, the medical crew, everybody is going to be supporting Martin Odegaard and rooting for him. And we are hoping that he's going to be back on the pitch doing what he knows how to do best, which is to control the game, trying to dictate the play, trying to create goal-scoring opportunity and chances for us. And we're talking, we were just talking before the game about his fantastic performance against Olympiacos and how he was beginning to show us, that light and show us that Odegaard all of us want to see. And it's a thing of shame that now is going to, be injured again. I'm just hoping that, it's not anything serious. And immediately after the international break, is going to be back with the team and hopefully get an opportunity, to get back into the starting lineup, because right now there's massive competition for places. We also need to remember that because, you could see the body language that he did not want to come out. He was asking the bench for 1 minute or 2 to try to shake it off. So big credit to Martin Odegaard, and I'm wishing him positive with this knee injury now. and I hope it's not going to be anything serious. And I hope, the rest of the team and also Declan Rice comes out of this one without no other injuries, because we already have players who are out there injured. We don't need that injury list to continue to grow. I'm hoping that, this guy's injured already will be coming back as soon as possible. We don't need any other player joining them.
I mean, if it was going to happen, this is probably the perfect time. I hate to say it. International break can be our best friend. If he was going to go out injured, it's better now, than to happen in another period of the season. Now, don't get me wrong, Ethan Wanyeri is there. I mean, Eze in the middle of the park today did show signs of his former self. Unfortunately, didn't get on the score sheet. But you know what? Akpos, let's jump into the lineup real quick. Let's jump into that lineup real quick and discuss this lineup real quick, what we thought about it when we first saw it. Because to be perfectly honest, this is the lineup I think every Arsenal fan wanted to see. Now, watch out, guys. I'm just going to chuck this on real quick. So, guys, this was our starting lineup, except for Mosquera. Obviously, that was Saliba.
That was Saliba, yeah.
Yeah, it was Saliba. We were expecting Mosquera, but it is Saliba. To be perfectly honest, I mean, in Moreno, obviously, it's Eze. To be perfectly honest, we had a half decent lineup, an attacking minded lineup, and for me, it was positive. And I think Mikel Arteta here knew that. I mean, from my perspective, when I see a lineup like this, we're going for it, right? We are going for it, and I think Mikel Arteta saw that. In his mindset, he's thinking the tactics from West Ham are going to be to low block and to sit back. And you know what? They did try the low block. They did try to sit back. And at some stages, they were sitting so far in their own half that they wouldn't pass the halfway point when our defenders had the ball. They just wouldn't progress any further. And obviously, Mikel Arteta thought to himself, if this is going to happen, I need to go out with my most attacking side that I possibly have. And to be honest, I didn't have a problem with the starting line. I don't know about you. I don't know about anyone in the comments, guys. What did you think of the starting line? Tell us what you think about our starting 11 from the get-go. Akpos, I had no drama. With it.
Bro, when I saw that, for me, I was very excited going into this game, because we all know that Nuno Espirito Santo's team, they like to sit back, they like to play in a very compact style and try to eat you on the counter break. With the likes of Gerald Bowen, we're expecting that that could potentially be an outlet for them. But I think when I saw our starting lineup with a very offensive midfield of Eze, Declan Rice in the number 6 position, which I think that is Declan Rice's best position, and Martin Odegaard, I was talking to you that yes, Mikel Arteta is going all attack in this game and is trying to, as much as possible, to break the low block that we expect West Ham United to face us with. And we saw that we created chances in the first half. I think the way we played in the first half is a testament to how the manager and how the players also approach this game. For me, I think this is something a lot of us have been calling for a long time. And it's a good thing that we see that the manager is setting up the team to counter teams that will try to low block or mid block against us. So for me, I'm hoping that Martin Odegaard comes back fit as soon as possible. And I want to see more of Eze and Odegaard in the starting lineup moving forward.
Look, honestly, I couldn't agree with you more, and that's just been updated now. Thank you, Akpos. Look, to be honest, that lineup was the lineup I wanted to see. Now, maybe Zubamendi could have played in the 6, but I think we needed some muscle, and that's the reason why Declan Rice played. Plus, he's playing against his former club, his former side. Honestly, I had nothing wrong with that apart. I mean, look, Trossard, in my opinion, really didn't have the worst game, but didn't have the best game. But that would be, and I'm going to start this one on maybe a sour note, but I looked at Victor Gyökeres in this game, and I was not impressed at all in this game. I was expecting Victor Gyökeres to at least hold himself up. I was expecting Victor Gyökeres to stand tall and stay strong. I think the biggest issue Victor Gyökeres is having at the moment is understanding the physical battles that he will have to encounter to be a quality striker and to be successful at Arsenal. I don't know what you think, but I think the physicality is something he's still trying to get used to.
And for me, I think, just like you, I'm also a little bit disappointed with how he handled some of the physical challenge and the duels, because he's physically a very big boy. I think he is somebody who I think should hold and try to hold his ground a little bit more and stand his ground. Do not try to, get these 50-50 fouls called from the ref. Stand your ground and try to use your physicality, use your size to the best of your advantage, in my opinion. We saw him, trying to do this more against Newcastle, against the big boys of Newcastle, against, their physicality and all of that. So that was what I was expecting him to do against West Ham. But I think he fell short of that standard, in my opinion. But moving forward, I am hoping that, he would sit back during this international break, also try to, do a review of his performance in the last couple of games and try to see the areas that he has not done very well and try to improve on these areas, which I think he needs to give more in this physical battle. I think he's throwing himself a little bit too quick to the floor. He needs to stand his ground and use his size against these defenders who would want to, try to get in the battle, try to get in the duels with him. I think he has the size, he has the physical attribute to be able to stand his ground. I want to see him trying to do this more and not trying to get those 50-50 calls from the referee.
That's what he's there for. Victor Gyökeres needs to hold himself up. I think if he starts standing tall, we will see a different version of Gyökeres. He needs to get stronger. He needs to get stronger if he wants to get those goals. It ain't going to be easy in the Premier League, especially when you're that big. You're not Aguero, where you can duck under players. Unfortunately, you're going to have to bulldoze over them. You're going to have a battle with Mavropanos, and you have to win them. Now, don't get me wrong. Arsenal are not playing to his strengths at the moment. I think that's something that Mikel Arteta needs to iron out, and how he plays Victor Gyökeres into this game. Now, I looked at Eze's performance today. He could have had a goal. That moment with the open goal. Oh, my God. That was golden. I thought Eze's going to get his goal today. And unfortunately, he smashed it into the top tier. And it was, look, Eze did not have a bad game. I feel Eze at the moment is a little bit starstruck. I think he's back at Arsenal and he's a little bit, I don't know how I can say, like he looks a little bit shaky. He looks a little bit, I don't know, stage fright. That's what I'm seeing from Eze at the moment. He's not calm anymore. I think he's looking around and thinking, I'm finally here. Now I need to show up. And he's got the pressure on him. And I think that is affecting Eze's game currently. I don't know what you think about that.
I agree with you. I agree with your concerns. And I think, it's showing a little bit of, like you said, that starstruck kind of character right now, because I think is a player that sometimes he looks a little bit hesitant and does not want to make mistakes, rush into some of these decisions and all of that. But I think it just needs to stay calm. Is one of our own. It's is already a fan favorite. It's already somebody who the fans are screaming on the top of their voice, chanting his name, and also supporting on the socials and all of that. So I just think Eze just needs to try to stay calm as much as possible, and everything will fall in place for him. I think he needs to settle in more. I think he's still finding it a little bit difficult to adjust to the new environment and all of that. But so far, I think Eze has done a fantastic job. And we should also not forget that he has made a big step up. At Crystal Palace, the pressure, with all due respect to Palace, the pressure and words the fans are screaming for, it's not the same as at what it is at Arsenal. We know at Arsenal, the standard is way more higher, and also what the fans are also seeking, what the demands are, the demands from the manager are. I think at Palace it was the star man, I think the go-to player, one of the biggest player in the team. But at Arsenal, there are other players who are ahead of him in that ladder, and is one of the guys there at Arsenal. So, but for me, I think he just needs to get some more time to adjust to the new environment, adjust to the new system, adjust to what Mikel Arteta wants him to do on the ball, off the ball. And I'm hoping that, it will also get a little bit more luck, because I think he has been a little bit unlucky not to score 2 or 3 goals more than he has scored so far in an Arsenal shirt. So I think everything will fall in place with Eberechi Eze. For me, I just want him to be calm, and I just want him to go on to the pitch and enjoy his football, because he's the kind of player that, he wants to be on the pitch, he wants to play with flair and enjoy himself, enjoy his football. And we, the fans, we are also going to enjoy it when he's playing like that. I just want him, to take out the pressures, take out the noise and all of that, and go on the pitch and enjoy himself.
Oh, look, so do I. I think once the mojo's gone and he's allowed to express himself comfortably, I think Eze is going to be wonderful at Arsenal. We got a little glimpse as Arsenal fans of what an Eze Odegaard midfield with Declan Rice would look like. And for 10 to 15 minutes, it was looking really good. It was looking phenomenal. Both sides fluent. And I mean, we look at the key moments in this game, and I've got them listed, just basic. The first goal we scored, we were just talking about Eze. And a great shot from Eze, an even better save from Areola. But Declan Rice gets in on the rebound, beautiful finish into the back of the net. And a class act that Declan Rice is, even though he's copying stick from the West Ham fans, doesn't celebrate, doesn't say nothing. Puts us up 1-0. And to be honest, the goal, in my opinion, was deserved and was coming. That movement was exactly what I wanted. And what I was noticing more tactically was that both our left wing back and our right wing back were really involved in this game, very much involved. But when I saw the first goal and I saw the way it was built up, you can see our wing backs are playing in to try to support our attacks. But what did you think of the first goal? What did you think of, Declan Rice's finish? But the other thing is, Eze just pretty much turned and took the shot, and many a keeper. That was a very good save. That could have been his first goal, and that would have been a goal. But what do you reckon? Declan Rice finishes that one off. I think, honestly, it was a class act from Declan Rice today. I think Declan Rice had a great game today. Overall, apart from the goal, I think he had a great game.
And I think with Declan Rice, one of the criticism he has received from Arsenal fans is Arsenal fans want him to, when he gets into this offensive position, we want to see him taking shots. We want to see him, giving key passes that results to goals. And it's a transformation with how Mikel Arteta has turned a number 6, in my opinion, into a player who can get the job done also in the number 8 position. We know it's not, a perfect number 8 in some games, but in other games so far this season, I think he has shown also what he can do in the number 8 position. We saw him, how he did it against Real Madrid in the UEFA Champions League last season. I think that Declan Rice also deserves credit, because I think naturally we've seen him, when he gets, he spends too much time on the ball sometimes trying to think what to do. You could tell that it's not unnatural in the number 8 position, but to, see him being this efficient also when he plays in the number 8 position sometimes, I think it's a big plus for me. And it's also a credit to, the player for being able to, have that versatile attributes to play in multiple positions. I think the number 6 is his best position, but with how we have seen Declan Rice in the number 8, giving us goals, giving us assists, I think it deserves the credit. And it was pretty much similar, the same chance that Eberechi Eze, flicked there. And we saw how Declan Rice kept his composure, kept his cool, and got that ball on target. And you were talking about the class act from him, also not to celebrate against West Ham United, because we also need to give West Ham their credits for, the players' development up till when we snapped him up from them. So I think some people had questions with why he was not celebrating, but for me, I would respect the player's decision in such situations. But I think Declan Rice against Newcastle was phenomenal. Was one of our top performers against Newcastle, and yet again he has also dished out another top performance. And I think this is what we want to see. I think against the game, was it a game against Olympiacos? Was it Travis or somebody was, highlighting one instance where he progressed the ball in a very offensive way. We want to see Declan Rice, progressing the ball more offensively, reduce the sideways and the backward pass a little bit. But I think Rice has been fantastic so far this season, and I will give him his credit so far.
Yeah, look, I think Declan Rice in this game was great, and he's starting to show his class. I mean, he's a class midfielder, but he's not a 10. He can play 8, but he is a 6. But he's playing out of position, and out of position, still doing well. He travelled well in the field. He was stretching. He was going from wing to midfield to wing, so he was playing a very much roaming 8. And this is a really good comment here. AFC always, and I was just about to get into the Saka goal. Check this out. Question: do you think Saka was a bit selfish with the penalty for not giving it to Gyökeres? Me personally think Gyökeres needed a goal. Now, you know what? That's a fair shout. It is. But the importance of this game and these 3 points to us overshadow Gyökeres' need, in my opinion. Now, look, that's just my opinion. I think Gyökeres does need a goal, but I think he's already under pressure. Saka is cool and calm. He knows he's going to slot it into the back of the net. And I think for me, it was more important to get those 3 than to get Gyökeres out of a slump. Now, don't get me wrong, Gyökeres has got a very good, he's very good in front of goal when it comes to penalties. But I just think to myself, in the kind of position that he's in at the moment, and that game, the way it was going, we needed to solidify our win. It needed to be 2-0 because at 1-0, West Ham still had it. That's my opinion. Akpos, do you think Saka should have handed the ball to Gyökeres?
I totally agree with you. I totally agree with you because if we were cruising, let's say two goals up, 3 goals up, definitely I know Saka would have handed over the ball to Victor Gyökeres. But we know that a 1-goal lead, it's a very volatile lead. It's a lead that one mistake from you, one penalty call, one set piece, one corner kick could potentially, change the tide of the game. So I think at that moment, at that time, we needed somebody to step up to the plate and get the ball on the back of the net. And we don't know what, the arrangement are in terms of the penalty taker. It seems pretty much like if Saka is on the pitch, it's still Saka number 1 from what we saw today. So definitely Saka needs to step up and get the job done, because if he lets Gyökeres take the penalty and Gyökeres misses it, for example, and West Ham gets back into the game, is going to be the one on the receiving end from the manager, because he is the designated penalty taker. So I think in this situation, Saka needs to get the job done. And also, something I also want to say is, if you look at all the top guys, all the elite players, who has done it for a good number of years, there is this a little bit amount of selfishness also in them. They want to be selfish at the right moment. And I think in this moment, it is okay to say Saka was selfish at the right moment, because I think this was business mode. This was getting the 3 points in the bag. And I totally agree with Saka making the call there to take the penalty and not, passing the ball away to Victor Gyökeres. This is my opinion with respect to that situation.
You know what? It's Arsenal first, the players second or third. And at the end of the day, the penalty, the penalty was obviously it was a clear and obvious penalty. Urian Timber doing what Urian Timber's been told to do, and in this game, look, I'm just gonna jump in and talk about both our wingback and both wingbacks, left back and right back. In this game, if you guys are watching the wingbacks, right? My God, did Calafiori and Timber tear it up? Calafiori even more, I think, in this game. Like, these guys were playing almost like wingers. Calafiori sometimes on the right, Calafiori sometimes in the center, overlapping runs from Calafiori. This left back, I mean, we saw glimpses of him last season. This season, he's starting to look, in my opinion, at one of the best possible left backs in the league. Top 3 left backs in the league, Calafiori. And Urian Timber. Wow. Urian Timber in this game, you can't keep your eye off him. You can't give him 2 seconds on the ball, because if you allow him a little bit of freedom, he's going into that box and he will shoot. And hence the reason why he won this penalty. And to be honest, I think Bukayo Saka in this game, he showed his class. He was marked. He was taken out time and time again. I mean, he even got a bloodied nose in the end, but he stood his ground. He stretched the defense. And to be perfectly honest, yes, he didn't score from open play, but he created many a chance and then finally finished off the penalty and got that penalty. Look, I'm happy with a 2-0, and I think anyone else would be happy for a 2-0 in this game. But in regards to Bukayo Saka's performance in this game, I think if you watch Bukayo Saka and see the amount of work that he was doing in this game, you can respect what he was trying to achieve and what he did to West Ham, because he stretched that defense. He really did, to the point where it was foul after foul after foul. And I'm surprised that there wasn't a yellow earlier, in my opinion. I mean, Bukayo in this game might not have scored from open play, but he done a great job on that left-hand side. I don't know what you thought about Bukayo's performance in this game, but I think he was marked heavily in this game.
As expected for me, going into every game, we all know that teams want to double up on Saka. Teams, defenders want to, get in the fouls, try to kick him all over the place and all of that. Because I think that's pretty much the way a lot of people feel like they can stop Saka. Because if he gets on the ball, it's going to make you pay. We saw how it was, moving past defenders, twisting and turning and getting, best in those situations, when it takes on these defenders. And for me, I think Saka is showing what Saka would always bring to this team, what Saka will always do. I think I was in a football chat about last week where one Liverpool fan were saying we were talking about Florian Wirtz, and he brought up Saka in the conversation, and he said they have got their eyes on Saka, and it's just it's just saying very, when he said it, a lot of people were like, guy, don't even go there. This was, opposition fans were saying, no. That's no. Saka is the big player. Saka is an established player. Don't even go there. And then we played the midweek and Saka scored and Saka scores again. And I think after the stream, I'll go back to that conversation and try to remind him that, hey, you were saying something about Saka. Can you, increase your volume? Let us try to hear you. I think for us, we know that Saka is going to be efficient. Saka is going to be consistent. And this is something that a lot of us give Saka credit for. Saka does not need to be showing in the game for 90 minutes. But when the team needs Saka to step up and turn up, Saka will be there. When the team needs Saka to score, Saka will score. When the team needs Saka to get the assist, to drive the attack, you will definitely see Saka there. I think this is what sets Saka apart with a lot of his peers in the wing position. Saka is a very, very efficient player, in my opinion. And when you look at his numbers, I think in how many games that he has played so far since he made his debut for Arsenal, started from the left back position and moved all the way up to the pitch to the right wing position now, and he has gotten 100 goals involvement. That tells you that this is the player that is very efficient, the player that has got the eyes for goal. When Saka does not dribble for the fact that I just want to dribble. When he dribbles, he's trying to, either get the ball to the opposition, 18-yard box, or he's trying to make a key pass. So big up to Bukayo Saka. And for me, I just want Saka to stay fit. As long as he stays fit, we know that the consistency, we know that he's going to show up in the big moments.
Look, I think he is our talisman. He is our key. Liverpool fans, you just worry about your team, you worry about your signings, you worry about the money you've spent, you worry about what we're doing, right? Because we're top now, the pressure's back on you. 400 million spent. You guys have really recruited well. Ikatike, great player. Let's not even get into Isak, right? The kind of money you spent on him, quality player. Florian Wirtz, if that was Declan Rice or if that was a midfielder from Arsenal, he'd be copying shit. Right? Just like Gyökeres is copying shit now for not scoring goal after goal after goal. Florian Wirtz, it's all right. It's the tactics from the manager now. Even though the manager particularly wanted Florian Wirtz to play in his system, and now he's playing that system, and Florian Wirtz isn't working in the midfield. Florian Wirtz is not working on the wing. So if it doesn't work in the wing, in the midfield, I don't know. But anyway, don't worry about Bukayo Saka. Worry about Mohamed Salah and what he's doing this season, which is not much. Or either winger, actually, at Liverpool right now that is doing fuck all. because of the system that you guys have and no overlapping runs and no support from the midfield because it's all disjointed. Answer me this. Why are your wingers dead now this season in regards to last season? Is it your manager? Because I don't think it's your players. I don't know. But you guys have got other things to worry about. Right now, we got our 3. And honestly, Liverpool fans, you guys do what you got to do, right? We're going to do what we're going to do. I'm over this shit because I feel sometimes I get the shits because their players are immune to any sort of finger pointing or anything like that. Any player that they sign, right? Well, tell me now. Because Kirk has, you know what I mean? Florian Wirtz, what? I don't think so. And Frimpong, how's that working out for you? Frimpong, pretty good, huh? He's wonderful, Frimpong. These players that you guys bought, wonderful. But back to Arsenal. I was going to talk about another point. I want to talk about a standout player, right? Now, I'm going to have mine, Akpos, and I'm wondering if you're going to have yours. For me, today's standout player isn't a player who scored, right? It isn't a player who scored. I think my standout player today in this game, for a player that I watched all over the pitch, and as much as I like Yuri and Timber, is going to be Ricardo Calafiori. I think Ricardo Calafiori in this game on that left-hand side, right? Even though he had Bowen to worry about, the amount of work he was doing in the midfield, the amount of overlapping runs he was doing, the opportunity that he had outside the box where he took a crack. I think for me, I mean, at one stage, he actually ran the ball from the right-hand side into the box. I think today, Ricardo Calafiori, for me, in my opinion, was standout for me, a standout player. Now, I know it's not all the goals, this and that. No. I think overall, in this game, Ricardo Calafiori, for me, would be my man of the match. I don't know about you, who your man of the match would be, who your standout player was, but Ricardo was mine.
Well, for me, Calafiori, I think Calafiori had a better game than he had against Newcastle, in my opinion. And he was unlucky also not to get a goal because when that shot left his foot, I was telling you, Steve, at halftime that I thought that was going to get into the back of the net because I think he hits the ball so well there and a little bit unlucky. I think Calafiori, he used the ball when he was getting into this dangerous position so much better than he has done in some recent performances because that's been one of my question marks with him lately. I think he's getting in dangerous positions. When he takes the shot, when he brings the pass, it's not up to the standard that you are expecting from Calafiori. But I think in this game against West Ham, I saw Calafiori using the ball so much better, making the runs. And at one point, I even saw him on the right side, making runs on the right side. And I was like, what's Calafiori even doing here? I think he was all over the pitch. He had a very good game. And I want to pick him up. But for me, I think, my standard player will be Mr. Consistent. Somebody also from the back line. And big up to AFC always. Big up to Michael. And he was talking about the back line. I think this back line for Arsenal, it's the foundation that will build a lot of good things on right now. We're talking about Ricardo Calafiori. But let me talk about my standard player in this time. We talked about Gabriel Magalhaes after the Newcastle game. And we are talking about other defenders now. And I want to talk about Orion Timber for me because I think right now in the league, Orion Timber for me is Mr. Consistent because just take a look at some of his rating and some of his games at Arsenal. I think Timber is a very consistent player who's giving you at least a minimum of 7 ratings in his games. I think even some games when the entire team would not perform very well, you would see that Timber has put in a shift. He has put in a very good account for himself. And when it comes to the defensive side of the game, I think Timber is one of the best 1v1 defenders that we currently have in this squad. And I think it's also a testament with how he shut out that debate between Timber or Ben White, how he has, made this position his own. Because before Timber came up into the setup, we saw that Ben White was doing bits on that right back position. But Timber has made this position his own, and there is no longer any debate or whatsoever, no longer, any noise saying, oh, Ben White needs to look out, because Timber has been very consistent defensively going forward. We saw how, he called him, he got the penalty also for us today. So for me, I think Timber has been a fantastic player for us. When we signed him, I just saw him in the preseason, a couple of games in the preseason, and I was saying during that preseason that this has been my signing of the season, and it was a shame that he had that ACL afterwards. And the way he has come back from that injury, we've seen some players have the same injuries, and they are not able to come back to the way they were playing before they left off. And Timber has, taking everything, head on, and he has been a very consistent player for us. And I'm hoping that he continues to stay fit and he continues to perform on this level. And also credit to Ben White, because I think Ben White played against Olympiacos during the midweek and also had a decent game. We want to see this competition of places, because at the end of the day, the team is going to be the winner. And it's no surprise also that we're hearing the news that Arsenal have started talks to extend Urian Timber's contract at the club, because Timber, for me, I think is one of our best players right now in this division, in the league so far this season. I don't see any other right back that has played better than Urian Timber.
And that's a fact. And that is a fact. Science still delivered that Urian Timber right now, best right back in the league, bar none. Science still delivered Arsenal's back four, best back four in the league, bar none. Bar none. Yes, Virgil van Dijk, bar none. Bar none. The only player I'd take out of the Liverpool lineup in defense would be their goalkeeper, and that would be a flip of a coin. Flip of a coin between Raya and Alisson. Probably still take Alisson. Still a better keeper. But that would be all I'd take from their back line. That would be it. I think our back line on the pitch is great, and the ones that are off the pitch are even better. So it's our starting back four right now. Arsenal starting back four. The quality is the best in the league. But then you look at the bench. Mosquera sitting on the bench. Nkape sitting on the bench. Yeah, Ben White sitting on the bench. Just sitting there. Oh, we're not even going to talk about Miles Lewis-Skelly, who can play left back and centre mid, sitting on the bench. Arsenal right now, their depth in numbers is wonderful. And I think, just like AFC always is saying, Calafiori is like a wild horse at defending. Oh, he's all over the joint. He knows when to look. The only one qualm I have with him is that he gets too many yellows. But apart from that, Calafiori is just that guy for me on the left-hand side. But Urian Timber on the right, look, we've got our own WhatsApp group, and I always say that's my right back. That's my number two. I actually said it. You remember when I was in the Armory chat about a season and a half ago, and I go, that's my number two. And I saw him for one game. I go, that's my number two. This guy's going places. Then he got injured, but I still said, you know what? This guy, wow. He's just wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. AFC always come back in, but what do we got here? AFC always is Aussie and Akpos. We shouldn't be so defensive in games. We have the defense and stick with Rice in that 6 role. Let them do their jobs. I'm so confident in that. Let the rest play with freedom. Look, 100%, I understand where you're coming from. You want Arsenal to be more expansive. I get that. I'm with you. I couldn't agree with you more, my guy. But in a game like this, what I noticed, and I noticed more of, is when we're playing the possession game and slow, so in some instances you'll have defenders with the ball looking to pass the ball, and there are no other players offering. Everyone's staying in their positions and not making runs. And that is a big problem. No runs off the ball when the defenders have the ball and they want to distribute. And everyone sits sort of ball watching and saying, well, I'm standing where I'm supposed to be. So that is a qualm there. And that is possibly a weakness in tactics when it comes to Mikel Arteta. But I'm going to give Mikel a benefit of the doubt, because he's gone from his Moreno, Declan Rice crappy midfield to now going, you know what? Let's just go all out and throw in. Let's just throw in Odegaard and Eze, right? And see if we can tear up West Ham. So maybe this is a work in progress. Maybe we're going to see our players play with a little bit more freedom. I can only hope and pray for that, because this game, in some instances, at 1:30 in the morning when it finished, I was having a hard time staying awake. It wasn't an easy watch. I swear it wasn't an easy watch. AC always comes back, says Chelsea winning 1-0. What a goal. What a goal for Caicedo. No way. Are you serious right now? Are you serious right now?
I just saw it.
Oh my God, lads. This is supposed to be a reaction to Arsenal, but you know what? We can fucking change that. Oh yes, it is Chelsea. Fuck you. Give me a draw. I'll take a draw. I'll take a draw. Michael Harris in the building. Yes, my G's, light work today as we move. Odegaard made of glass. Man, you know what? You know, he was looking so good though. He was looking so good in this game and the previous. And it was like, yes, Eze and Odegaard finally going to link up. Bang, out. Like, fuck, is he turning into Jack Wilshere right now? You know what I mean, guys? Like, shit, one knock and he's gone. Like, fuck me dead. Is this guy a postman or something? You know what I mean? I swear, he's a courier. Knock, don't answer, taking this parcel back. Fucking you come and get it. You know what I mean? Yeah, fuck me. I don't know, like this Odegaard thing, it's a big deal for me because Odegaard is starting to really show his quality. And I need Odegaard in there because Odegaard linking up with Gyökeres, linking up with Eze is going to be key to unlocking a Gyökeres and unlocking Saka a bit further. But without him on the pitch and without a starting 11, guys, we're a bit makeshift, if you know what I mean. But yeah, I mean, what do you make of the injury, Akpos? I mean, is it the end of the world, or
No.
Are we gonna be able to cope? I mean, if
we will
decide to use certain players,
we will. We can cope. I think looking at our squad depth right now, I think it gives us confidence even with these injuries. I was seeing an opposition fan was saying something, and it was like, look at this Arsenal bench, even with the guys that are out injured, with no Madueke, with no Gabriel Jesus, with no Kai Havertz. Just look at this bench with no Hierro and Cape. Look at the bench that they have at their disposal. And Odegaard comes out of the pitch. Martin Zubimendi comes on, and we still got the job done. We still have the clean sheet. I think I don't worry too much. I'm just saying that we don't need these injuries. I'm hoping that we'll be injury free and the manager will be able to have this good headache on his hand and have, varieties to pick from and, give teams a lot of headache. Give opposition managers guessing with what to expect from Arsenal, what to expect in terms of the lineup, what to expect in terms of the playing style, what to expect in terms of, the players that we're facing, their defenders, and all of these key battles, midfield battles, and all of that. So I want to see a midfield like we saw today, Eze, Odegaard, and one of Declan Rice or Martin Zubimendi. I want to see it especially against these teams that have, given us headache in recent times and have made it difficult for us, to play the kind of football we want to play and get the goals that win us games. So I'm hoping that, this injury will not be a long layoff and we'll be able to see more of Eze, Odegaard, and Rice, or maybe Martin Zubimendi.
Yeah, I can. Zubimendi came on, and he looked good. He looked good. You know what? He doesn't look. Zubimendi with the right midfielders in front of him, like with ball carrying midfielders, he doesn't look phased.
Yeah,
he never really looks bothered. It's only when he has like for like midfielders, like when it's Declan Rice and Moreno and the midfield stagnant, that's when it's a problem. But if the midfield's flowing, you got Eze in there or Wanyeri in there. He's like, cool guys, I'll find you guys. I'll find you guys all day. AFC always comes in. Arnie Slot, a fraud. Only joking. So you can spend over £400 million in a summer. And if that team doesn't gel, that is a big problem. Right? I think so. I think it is. If it was Arsenal, it would be a massive problem. It would be everyone talking and saying, "Oh, look at all the money you spent in, your players. It's just not working out. It's not looking good, bruv. It's not looking good." Well, Frimpong not looking good, bruv. Not looking good. Wirtz not looking good, bruv. What's his GA now? Is it GA or GO? Time to go. You know what I mean, bro? I'm just saying. Like Florian Wirtz right now, was he Wirtz the money, or is he just? Are you guys just worse off with him? I love what I'm seeing from Wirtz. It's great. You guys are playing with 10 men. Put Frimpong in there, you're playing with 9. Add him to the mix. Make him your right back. It's a cool story. Mad. No, I got a right back here, Ben White. You can come buy him if you need a right back. We got one, maybe we'll sell him to you. because this Frimpong fucking idea ain't working. Yeah, just ask Mohamed Salah. It's not working for him. Fucking quality right winger, and you guys are fucking killing him. But anyway, good. Kill him. Just destroy Mohamed Salah and blame Mohamed Salah because he's getting old. Yeah, that's a mad story. I'm just going to carve into Liverpool. Fuck them. Michael Harris, we are going to have a convo in the very near future about Saka and Gyökeres and the fact that Starboy doesn't want to pass to him. Well, you know what? I'll be honest with you. I get what you're saying, but when we're trying to pass to him from the left-hand side, he always pulls up short. And that's happened a few times. Like the opportunity, I think, was Declan Rice to cross the ball in. Was that right? Declan Rice to put the ball into him? Yeah. It
was.
When that ball went in, I thought that's it. That's a goal, right? And missed it. Now he scored from a ball like that before from Eze, but he comes up short. I think, I know Bukayo is not passing to him right now, but I think Gyökeres is just not finding himself in the right positions at the moment. That's just me. I think his issues are the physicality. His issues are his decision making and where he should be. But that will come with time. That will come. Even Eze right now, he's having a little bit of a hard time adjusting to the style of football. A little bit. But given time, I think they're going to come good. But yeah, man, look, look, at the moment, I'm happy with the depth that we have. I think with the 3 points that we have at the moment, after this now, we're top of the league. Liverpool now, wait a minute. Have Liverpool lost back-to-back games?
Yes, they have. Back-to-back games in all competitions.
They've lost back-to-back games. This will be 3.
Yeah.
This is a back-to-back game, right, Akpos? Well, it was, right? And this could be the 3rd, right?
It was.
Wow.
It was. Yeah. If they lose in this game, it will be 3 in a row. 3 in a row now.
It'll be 3 in a row. We can only hope, man. We can only hope. Like right now, in my opinion, I can only hope and pray that Liverpool fucking drop points and Arsenal fucking stay top of the league. International break, pressure's on them. We're looking strong. I don't know what in regards to Mikel Arteta in this game, Akpos. What do you reckon? Tactically, how he set up, who he picked, the lineup, your vibes. I mean, let's judge Mikel Arteta before we give our player ratings.
Well, for me, I think Mikel Arteta fantastically got the job done, in my opinion, with respect to how he set the team up. On the left, I would not have loved Leandro Trossard to start, but we know that we don't have too much option on the left right now with the players we currently have at our disposal. Gabriel Martinelli has shown that he has some kind of magic trick in his bag when he comes off the bench. And I think we should continue to use him in that position for now. And with Odegaard, with Eze coming infield to play in the midfield and Odegaard also in the midfield, I think we had no other option than to bring in Leandro Trossard. But for me, I think in terms of the personnel, big up Mikel Arteta with how he set up against West Ham. And also in terms of the tactics, I think we got it right, and he outclassed Nuno Espirito Santo in terms of the tactical battle in this game, because I think we controlled the game. It was all Arsenal in the first half for most part of it. They did not really worry Raya. Overall in this game, they did not really, I think our centre-backs did not really have too much to worry in Saliba and Gabriel. So I think that speaks volume of the dominance in this game. And for me, I think Mikel Arteta deserves the credit in this one. He went out with a very attacking setup, and we saw the team also doing bits, also doing the business on the pitch. And if we took our chances, if we were a bit lucky, this could have easily ended in, I think, maybe 3 to 4 goals victory to the Arsenal. But I still 2 goals, still clean sheet, nothing changed. Mikel Arteta deserves credit with how he approached the game, in our opinion.
Yeah. Look, me and you have come in and smashed Mikel Arteta before. We've sat there. What the hell are we doing with Moreno? What are you doing with this? And I have never a foul. I fucked him on never a foul. I hammered him because I called a spade a spade. but I'll call a spade here. He literally picked the best possible squad, the best attacking squad that you could possibly pick out of Arsenal. That was it.
Yeah.
Right? There were other options, but this was the best. Like in everyone's opinion, I just thought this was fucking magic. In this, look, honestly, I'll give Mikel Arteta a 9 out of 10 in this game. No shit, 9 out of 10, because there's not much he could have done. Not much more he could have done. Apart like from changing his complete system, which wasn't going to happen, which was never going to happen. I can't complain about that. I really can't. Michael Harris has come back in and says, true Steve L, I think the players have been drilled over the years about ball retention. And look, think about it this way. We had 76% possession in the first half. I think in the end, we ended up with 68% possession. I mean, the statistics speak for themselves. Let me just quickly grab them. 68.2% possession by Arsenal in this game. 21 shots, 5 shots on target. Now, this is the one that's going to be crazy. 757 touches, 47 touches in the opposition's box, and that was already up there before. 565 total passes with 88% completion rate. Look, let's be perfectly honest. If that doesn't scream that it's pretty much West Ham doing this, I don't know what more will. But again, I think this comment speaks volumes because at the end of the day, Arteta's ball retention is key. And they know that it's a 40-60 ball that sticks with Gyökeres. That might be why. Exactly. They don't want to. They want to drop the ball to Gyökeres and make sure that if it's going to go there, it's going to him to a shot. So they're looking for that perfection. And I think Gyökeres needs to sort of iron out the rough edges at the moment. Akpos, should we do player ratings? Let's do player ratings. Let's do player ratings. Let's do player ratings. Let's fucking do it. It's still 1-0, so let's fucking do it. And I've got it down here. Anyone wants to know the score of Chelsea against Danny? 1-0. 1-0. And I'm telling you now, Isak has started and fuck all is happening. Oh, wait a minute. Why am I seeing Szoboszlai in the middle of the park? Wait a minute. Have I got this right, gentlemen? Is Szoboszlai playing the 10? Is he? No. Can someone let me know if Szoboszlai is actually playing the 10 or if I'm on fucking drugs? Because right now, this is the lineup I see from Liverpool. Isak, front up, Gakpo left on the left wing, Szoboszlai number 10, Salah obviously the right wing, McAllister playing sort of in a double pivot with Gravenberch in the back, Kirkes on the left who's been fucking 50-50 and Conor Bradley on the right. Ooh, Florian Wirtz doesn't start. Oh well, £110 million sitting on the fucking bench. On the fucking bench. Huh? Anyway, sorry, Akpos. I just can't help it because someone's got to do it. Right. So let's start. Look, do we even rate Raya? Do we waste our time?
I was like, I was saying earlier that I was not troubled. He was not really troubled in the game.
What do we give him? Like,
he had little or next to nothing to do.
Okay, so Raya gets a 7 because he shut up on time and his hair was good. Right? Yeah. That was about it. Right? All right, that was about it. Raya handed out tails. Yuri and Timber. I'm gonna let you rate Yuri and Timber. What do you think of Yuri and Timber, Akpos? Your rating.
For me, I think it has to be an 8. This was a solid. For me, it has to be an 8. This was a solid 8 over 10 performance from one team, by my opinion. 8 over 10, solid.
You know what? Honestly, I'd agree with you. I would agree with you all day as an 8. For me, Yuri and Timber and Calafiori were my standouts. I'll jump onto Saliba now and rate him. I think Saliba's game, he was unfazed. I think 7 out of 10 would be fair for Saliba in this game. What do you reckon, Gabriel?
I would go with the same rating as you, 7 over 10, because I was saying earlier that Gabriel and Saliba had little work to do in this game, and they got the job done, clean sheet. I think they did not really have too much to worry about in terms of the offensive opposition for West Ham United. So 7 over 10 performance for Gabriel, one of also our very consistent players in that back four.
Fair shout. Ricardo Calafiori, I'm going to rate, and I'm going to rate him an 8 as well. I'm going to match him up with Timber in this game. I think both wing backs, I think Michael said it best, that they were the two guys that we're trying to create. I'll literally give Calafiori, I'll give Calafiori an 8. Now, Declan Rice was the 6. Your rating, man. You get the 6.
Well, for me, I think this was also another top performance of Declan Rice. I would want to go with 7.5 or an 8 in this one. But let me also rate Declan Rice.
You got to pick your man of the match too, right? You got to pick your man of the match.
When Odegaard got injured, Martin.
Don't forget.
Then I will go with a 7.5 in my opinion. Because
you don't want to match him up with Timber.
Go with so I'll go with 7.5 for Declan Rice. I think another top performance of Declan Rice. He started as a number 8, as a number 6 rather, and when Odegaard got injured, he also moved to the number 8 position, and I think he did a good job there. Got a goal, so I would rate Declan Rice a 7.5 for me over 10. 7.5 over 10.
Fair shout. I'll rate Martin Odegaard. And I'll also rate Zubimendi together because that was a substitution. Fair shout.
Yeah.
I think Odegaard in this game, honestly, he started off fucking great. He was fucking awesome, man. But it just went to shit. For his 5 minutes of fame, I'll give him a 6 out of 10 because he didn't play the whole game. But I will give Martin Zubimendi a 7 in this game because he didn't put a foot wrong in this game. So I'll give. If Odegaard had been on for the whole game, he'd be up there. I reckon he would have scored in this game. But I'll give Zubimendi a 7. I'll give Odegaard a 6. Now you get to do Eze.
Well, for me, I think Eze did not have the best of games, but we saw his goal involvement in that goal. And, for me, I think this is one player who would always try to make things happen in the midfield. When he's drifting to the left, he's also trying to make things happen. For me, I would, want to go with a 7 over 10 performance, 7 over 10 rating for Eberechi Eze on this one. 7 over 10 for me.
No, that's fair enough. That's fair. He was disjointed. You could see it. He had that open goal, man. He should have scored.
Yeah.
I'm going to try and rate Leandro Trossard in this game. For me, Trossard really... Look, I can't really rate I can't really rate him that much in this game. In my opinion, decision making was poor. Balls into the box were poor. Sometimes positioning was on point. Sometimes it was off. To be honest, I'm going to give Trossard a 6, man. I just don't rate him in this game. I think Martinelli should have come on earlier. In my opinion, I think Trossard was just a stinker. Plenty of times when Calafiori overlapped him, he didn't find him. He literally passed the ball back when he should have passed to Calafiori. So, in my opinion, I think Trossard 6 out of 10. 6. And now you get Starboy. See what I'm doing to you? I'm giving you all the good players. I'm getting the shit.
Well, for me,
see what I do? You see how much? See this? See what I'm doing? Yeah. Don't forget it.
Starboy had a good game. Starboy had a good game. He was gliding past defenders, moving past defenders, getting tackled, getting brought to the floor. And when we needed players to step up and take that penalty, we saw how he dispatched it calmly and coolly. And for me, I would rate Starboy. I think it was also one of the top performances of this game. He tried to make things also happen. I would rate Starboy Bukayo Saka as I'll give him an 8 over 10. 8 over 10 performance, in my opinion.
That's fair shot, man. That's a fair shot. I think he had a half decent game. He could have done better. But again, he was targeted. He didn't have the worst game. But yeah. I mean, it wasn't the best. AFC always comes in real quick and says Trossard was awful. He should not start a game for Arsenal. Trossard, more of an impact player coming off the bench. And I could not agree more. But the problem is, all we've got for left wing right now are two impact players. Exactly. Both impact. Both Martinelli and Trossard are impact players. They're both Ole Gunnar Solskjaers. We need that 11. But anyway, we were talking about what 11 we want, me and Akpos, but we won't go there. We can't go there. We might go there, but we can't go there. I'm going to rate our striker, Victor Gyökeres. Victor Gyökeres in this game, I think, was poor. Was very poor. In my opinion, Victor Gyökeres was probably, in my opinion, the worst player on the pitch. I think he was too weak today. I think his decision making was poor, and I think his positioning was bad. And I just got to call a spade a spade. In my opinion, I'll give you Gyökeres a 4 out of 10 in this game. I think a 4. His positioning, he just seems to be in the wrong place every time without any sort of an offering. Sometimes you can't be central and get that ball. Sometimes you need to pull closer to the winger. Now, I don't know if that's instruction from Arteta, and that might be it, but I can't presume that it is. In my opinion, a 4 out of 10 for Victor Gyökeres. If you guys think I'm being harsh, by all means, go for it. But I think 4 out of 10, in my opinion. If you want to jump in with a rebuttal, Akpos, by all means, but I think 4 out of 10. What do you think?
I can't fault you too much, my bro. I can't fault you too much. I was also not convinced with Victor Gyökeres' performances. His performance in this game, especially with how he handled the physical challenges, the duels. I expected him to do so much better because, considering his size, I expect him to be able to stand his ground and hold his own in this situation. So just like you, I would rate him a 5 over 10 just for the efforts.
Straight down the middle. Look, anyone who's watching this back, give us your ratings. Give us your player ratings. Give us the manager rating for the lineup. Tell us what you think of the lineup. Tell us what you think, right, of the players and their contributions. Chuck it in the comments. Let us know. I always check out the comments and I always reply because it's a conversation. You know what I mean? AFC always says Saka can play left wing. He played there in Champions League on Tuesday night. See, now that is going to be key when Noni Madueke comes back. So when Noni comes back, you can throw Saka on the left. You can put Noni on the right. You can put Gyökeres down the center. Then you can have Eze and hopefully Odegaard playing side by side with Zubimendi or Rice. That would be what we do. But if we decide to go for an 11, which there's a lot of chat that we will go for an 11 in the January transfer window, but we need to lose one of these two players, Trossard or Martinelli. Now, I'm thinking it's going to be more Martinelli than Trossard because Martinelli's got some sort of resale value. And I know he has been half decent moving forward, but as an 11, he's not my guy. As a backup striker, he could be. But as an 11, he's not my guy. So we need to get rid of one. If we could get rid of Trossard and bring in a quality 11, that would be fucking phenomenal. And then we've got depth for days, as I would say, right? But yeah, I mean, look, that's where we stand right now. At the moment, the way it sits, we're stuck with this, that, and all of the above. AFC always back in says we have got so many options now. It's down to Arteta. Exactly. He's got all the colors, all the crayons, all the paint, all the canvases. Look, just make me a work of art. Yeah, please make me a work of art. Okay, what's happened here, guys? Looks like everything's gone to shit. Let me just add this. Let me just do that. And let me just add that, guys. Sorry, guys. I think I've lost Akpos. But guys, look, I was just about to end this stream anyway. I'd like to thank everyone that's joined us. I'd like to thank everybody that's been in the comments. I'd like to thank my guy Akpos. Now, in the description is his link to his channel. I haven't put it in now because I've been having problems with StreamYard. Yeah, awesome stuff. So I haven't been able to make changes to StreamYard. But once I finish this stream, I'm going to try to make adjustments off YouTube. Now, if you jump onto the description, you will find a link to Akpos's channel. Please do me a favor. Jump on there, hit the subscribe, turn on the bell notification. Do the same here. Big up the Aussie Gooner. Big up Akpos. Big up everyone in the chat. Big up Arsenal. Big up Chelsea for 1-0 and hopefully holding Liverpool away and giving us, those 3 points that we needed. But, actually, AFC always, real quick, let me answer this one. What do you got here? Question. When Odegaard went off injured, do you think Wanyeri should have come on instead of Zubimendi? Yes. Yes, you read my mind. You read my mind, my guy. We can't play cards. You're going to take all my money. You're going to take all my money. It's exactly what I would have thought. It's exactly what I would have done. 100% that's what I would have done. And unfortunately, Arteta decided against it. Hey, Akpos is back. We lost him, but he's back. He's back. Akpos, I was just about wrapping up the
Yes,
show.
sir.
Can you do me a favor? Let people know where they can find you. I am going to put your link in the description, but you know what? I've been having mad fucking fun with StreamYard. Please let them know where you're at.
Well, you can always find me on the channel. Big up to everybody that made today's stream a success. Shout out to AFC always. Shout out to Michael. Big up also to someone else. Kitten. Shout out to everybody that made today's stream a success for all the comments. And if you're doing a rewatch, also shout out to you. Make sure that you like, subscribe, and also share with friends and family. You can always find me here on the channel, on the Aussie Gooners channel, and also on the Football Talk Shop. So big up the Aussie Gooner. Big up to everybody. One love, and I'm hoping that we will continue to stay at the top of the Premier League and come the end of the season, hopefully, and God willing, we would have something to celebrate with respect to silverwares.
Hopefully, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Akpos, do me a favor. Can you chuck the just a link to your channel in the and post a comment? AFC always is looking for your channel and said he can't find your channel, but I'll also put it in the description. Once I know once this stream ends, guys, I'll be able to jump onto YouTube and do it that way, and I will definitely update it then. I just for some reason, I wanted to change on this stream, but yeah.
Let me do it right away. I think
that's cool.
Bim. I think it's there now. It should be there now.
Just see if it's going to pop up in the comments. AFC, always check out the comments. Akpos has probably just put a link to his channel into the comments. And guys, update. It's still 1-0. It's still 1-0. It's the half is almost finished. Liverpool haven't scored yet. And Isak's rating has just gone down to a 5.8. Just saying. Just saying. Connor Bradley's on a yellow. Cool story. This is good stuff. Garnacho's looking good in this game. Where are we? Nothing came up. Bear with me. Let me see if I can find it. It hasn't come up, Akpos.
I don't know what's going on. Let just a minute.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can do it up here from the computer.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, guys. So right now we've got Liverpool trailing Chelsea and Arsenal top of the league. 3-point winners, 3 points FC. You can't see me. Halftime is there at Stamford Bridge. Liverpool struggling. Star started Liverpool.
I hope it stays that way.
Oh, man, that's what we need, Akpos. That's what we need. I should do a watch-along for this fucking game. I'm sort of watching it as we speak. Because right now, I'm interested now. I want Enzo to do some work. Whether it be Enzo in the middle of the park or Enzo in the fucking in the dugout. I don't care which Enzo it is, but an Enzo to do a job for us. Arnie Slot having dramas. Let me see. It still hasn't popped up. AFC always, I will put Akpos's link in my description after the show ends. So once it ends, I'm going to jump into studio for you, and I'm going to chuck it right in there. It'll be a hyperlink. It's always there. It's just I can't make adjustments on StreamYard today. It's just buckled. But anyway, guys, thank you for joining me on this match reaction. It's taken a bit, but we've reacted and we've even reviewed the game. We've talked about tactical analysis. We've given you everything that you could possibly want in regards to the Arsenal game between Arsenal, West Ham, 2-0, 3-point fucking collectors, top of the fucking league. Liverpool fucking struggling against Chelsea. Liverpool spent 400 million. Wirtz sitting on the fucking bench and watching Szoboszlai fucking play better than him. And I'm having a mad time here in Australia at fucking 4:20 a.m. Right? Guys, it's been an absolute laugh. And Uru, guys, thank you for joining.